Welcome back to another session, a literature session this time, and it's about the chapter When Wishes Come True. This chapter, When Wishes Come True, has been written by a great poet, Rabindranath Tagore. As you've already heard about his name, he's such a famous personality, and this is a story by him. Rabindranath Tagore was born in 1861 till 1941, and he was a Bengali poet, philosopher, playwright, artist, composer, and novelist. So much to add on to his profile. He was the first Indian who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913, especially for his book of poems, which was Gitanjali. The story has been adapted in-house. Means the story that we are going to pick up When Wishes Come True is all about a huge story which was the background is in of a village where things were happening, but this is the story which is just a part of it which has been picked up. Here basically we have two main characters in the story. We do have other characters, but the two main characters here are Subal Chandra and Sushil Chandra. When we have Subal, the name means strong, and it is very strong person. The name Subal means that, but Subal was the father. He was not as strong as his name suggested. Though Subal means strong, and he was quite weak in the sense he was not well most of the time. He was going through arthritic problems. He was internally a weak person. And Sushil Chandra, on the other hand, means he was the son in this story. The name Sushil means very gentle, very nice, happy going, whereas Sushil as a person here is very notorious and misbehaves quite a lot. That's the entire story where the father and son, they have a life, they have a regular schedule, regular things that they've been doing and following. But during the entire story here, during their life which goes on regularly, like Sushil not wanting to go to school at times, he is avoiding school, he's giving reasons and lame excuses just to avoid his geography test, and he wants to visit the boss's house, the Basu's house, to enjoy the crackers there. He's giving all excuses of not going to school, whereas father does understand, Subal Chandra, he does understand that the son is making excuses, and he brings orders, he passes orders to him that he is not going to go out of the room, and he makes a bitter kind of a brew for him so that he comes out with the lie that he's been telling about. In a gist, it is just that the father is not very happy with his ways of living. He feels if he would be young again, he would always enjoy that. He wanted to study even more, but unfortunately he could not. He was pampered by his parents. He was loved so much by his parents, and had he got the opportunity of being young again, he would have enjoyed his studies again. On the other hand, Sushil wishes that he would be enjoying his life in a better way had he grown up, because if he would be grown up, there would be nobody to restrict him from doing things or stop him from doing things. He would be a free man, would be able to do anything. According to him, his father was a free man. He didn't have to go to school, he had no homework to do, so he had a better life. Whereas the father was thinking that the Sushil has a better life with he can enjoy his studies, he can study more and all that. Ultimately, they were not happy with the life they were living. So one fine day, they had the goddess of wishes. She overheard them, and when she was passing by their house, she overheard them, and she accepted, she gave them the wish to fulfill their wish, and she said, the next morning you get up, your roles will be interchanged. That means you will become the son and the son will become the father. The entire story after that is all about they interchanging their roles and the problems they still face putting their foot in somebody else's shoes. It's then they realize that no, I was better off with my own ways of living, where I used to do things. because there are lots of things which happen once they interchange their roles. Lots of things happen as a father. He still wants to enjoy with his old people, his young people. There's a complete chaos, people laughing at them. And now since Sushil is turned into a father, the figure, I mean, he's changed his role as a father. So now he realizes the body pains, the arthritis, the rheumatic problems he faces through. So lots and lots of problems they understand of each other when they are living each other's lives. It's then they realize that no, we were better off with our own lives, so we should have our own lives back again. And they have the goddess of wishes once again in front of them, and she asks them, so are you both happy with your roles? And both together they literally shout and say, no, we don't like this life, let us have our previous lives which we had back again. So that was the entire story here, which the writer has so beautifully mentioned here. And basically Rabindranath Tagore is trying to convey something with this story. Let's see what he tries to convey through the story. He wants us to understand that we can't always get what we aspire, what we wish. We cannot always get it. And even if we do, we have to face the bitter consequences. That means we have to come across the problems of that life. No life is without a problem. We have to face certain problems. We have to come across the struggles that the other person faces. So basically, even if we do get the chance of somebody else's life, we have to face the bitter consequences. It is a regular notion, a regular thought which comes to man's head that among all the people that other people are in a better situation. We always feel that that person is in a better place. Wow, I wish I had that life. But actually, when you live that life, it's then you realize that no, my life was much, much better, because that life has more problems. You're quite adjusted to your problems. You're happy with your own kind of problems. You live with it. You don't know what the other person faces, what problems the other person is going through. Then you realize that no, your own problems were better than the other person's life. So it is a regular notion among all that other people are in better situations than us, and we land up cribbing and complaining most of the time. Most of the time we are complaining about each other. Rather, we should learn to be happy and contented with what we have, not criticize about what we haven't got. So we also need to realize that childhood is a special phase of life that should be enjoyed to the fullest. Now, Rabindranath Tagore, so beautifully he's put up this story to convey this little message to all of us. I hope I could bring forward this message, the theme of the entire story, right in front of you. Thank you so much, everyone.